Yeah,
we
right,
gotta
right.
redo. Oh, it feels bad.
You
I told y'all
know,
motherfuckers
Listen,
to
listen,
start
listen,
without
guys. Overlevel podcast episode
start without me.
128, and we gotta restart these
Jesus
intros. We got
Christ.
Alish, Bless Red, Taladia, and of
That's on
course, what
time.
we always do is we
Yeah, of
talk about the
course.
games that we play, and the games I've been playing. Lost Judgment, great game. Superior in almost all aspects. 2, I've been playing Persona 5 Strikers, P4 Golden, and Mass Effect 3. And I kind of semi-dropped Dragon Quest 11.
What?
But I will
got Dragon
go back
Quest.
to it.
Don't go back. Just
I will go back.
let it stay dry.
Yeah, you know, I've been playing some games on the Steam Deck and all that. Been testing that. And Zero. I've been playing Yakuza Zero. Alish.
All
What have
right.
you
So
been playing?
I've been 13 games this year. I am so far.
Mhm.
I've beaten the most games this year. Not Kitsune game. These are actual like full fledged AAA experiences. You know what I mean? So 13 beaten games this year. I beat Wind Waker. Cool game. They dragged out the time a lot with the sailing and the fucking recycling boss fights like 3 times in a row. Minish Cap, cool game. Borrowed a lot for Pokemon like Sky Dungeon and Sky Pearl and shit. Metroid Prime 2, disappointing Metroid game. Definitely the worst Metroid game I played. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. Portals were ambitious, but weren't executed correctly. Lots of backtracking. Now I'm playing Klonoa 2, PS2, called classic platformer. Getting a revival game this year. It's a nice, peaceful game so far. Only on the 2nd level. Voice acting's funny, and can't wait to see more of it. There we go.
Talada. Quick summary.
I've been playing WWE 2K22, and I've been playing Modern Warfare, getting back into that.
Yeah, cool. Bless. Quick summary.
Quick summary. I didn't do it the first time, so I'm gonna be long and drawn out. I don't know. Let's see. I've been playing Master Chief Collection because fuck Halo Infinite. Yo, Master Chief Collection is fun, bro. High key. I miss doing this shit.
Which one are you playing? Like, which one in the collection?
I'm playing the multiplayer.
No, he's
Like
saying like
overall?
what game? Like, is it 2,
Like-
1,
like-
3?
Like, which multiplayer in the Master Chief collection?
Oh, 2 and 3 and Reach. 2, 3 Reach.
Okay.
Yeah. And some of 1 actually. So everything but 4. Fuck. 4 sucks.
Yeah.
So thanks 3 for 3. But yeah, that shit is fun, man. It's a good game to play. I'm playing mouse and keyboard. It's a good game to play to just fuck around with mouse and keyboard. I downloaded Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. That shit is fun too. Good third-person shooter just to fuck around with for a bit. Battle Royale. I won my 2nd game. Those players suck. I didn't even know what I was doing, honestly. It's pretty simple of a game, to be honest. But yeah, like that game is fun. It's kind of weird on PC. Like it has like I think it runs on like DX9 or some shit, which is fucking which is like mad old. The reason I knew it because when I tried to press page up, which is like to turn on my Riva tuner, it fucking crashed the game, and then I reloaded it, and then it showed DX9 in the corner. I'm like, what? DX9? We're in 2022. Why the fuck is it on DX9? That's weird. But yeah, I was playing that. That was fun. Also, been playing Fortnite, no build. Cool. That game also stutters, which is crazy. Epic can't even fix their own stutters in their own
I feel like
goddamn
the
game.
stutters happen more frequently in like I don't want to call it the lobby, but like before the map, like the areas like you're in, the bus and stuff. Like it stutters like crazy in that area.
Yeah.
Like the stutters, I think, and when the match actually happens, isn't as bad, but it still happens.
Yeah, the stutters that happen in the match are shader compiling stutters like every other Unreal Engine game. So once you have all the shaders compiled, you won't stutter. Unless you update your drivers or uninstall and reinstall the game.
Yeah.
But it's like, brother, like how you made the engine and you still haven't solved this fucking this problem, nigga? What are you doing? It's fucking stupid. What else have I been playing? GOG is so helpful. I can see exactly what. Life is Strange True Colors. A game
Nice.
I've only I'm kind of like I'm playing through the game so fucking slow. I'll play through one section and then I'll do something else for like an hour. I don't know why I'm playing so slow, but yeah, it makes my PC mad hot. My fucking CPU goes like 80
Oh
degrees
yeah,
for some reason.
I was playing that on the Steam
It's
Deck. Dude,
weird.
that Steam Deck was hella hot. No
Yeah,
lie.
that shit
I wanted to
runs
touch the
fucking
back of
hot.
the Steam Deck just to see. I was like, "Yep, this is hot."
This shit's weird, but yeah, I'm playing through that. It's okay so far. That's about it, to be honest, though.
All right, cool. So it's not going to be a long episode. Stuff has happened, but I don't believe it's going to be a super long episode. Of course, we're going to, start with the small ones, then, make our way up. And the smallest one I think we could talk about currently is Halo Infinite. Got, it's
Halo
season 2.
Infinite.
Season 2.
Halo Infinite.
And, the numbers went up on Steam. It went back to like 17K. For, the premiere day, of course.
That is game defining.
Yeah, so like what, it went up 8K, I think. Yeah, that's around 8K, maybe 9K, something like that. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna maintain, the 17K, or you think it's gonna drop next like week or so?
No, that's just gonna drop next week.
Mm.
That shit is gonna drop next week. Like that shit is dropping, bro.
I mean,
He says
basically,
9K.
Like, so this is what I heard, right? With the new season pass, right? Because it's season 2, right? I heard they didn't fix any of the issues in terms of like the pass and stuff like that. Earning,
No, yeah.
armor sets, or not even armor pieces, and them not being that great, and of course, having the best, skins on the marketplace, and they didn't fix any of that, right? And they added 2 new modes and 2 new maps? Or no, I'm wrong about that aspect.
I think it's 2 more. I think it's 2 new maps, right?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah,
I don't know about the modes.
yeah.
Is it 2 new modes as well?
No, I think it's like 1 new mode. I don't know.
One.
I don't have that game, but
I'll look
that
at
game
it.
ain't downloaded.
Yeah, I'll keep it a buck. I don't have it downloaded. I think I really feel like Halo just fumbled the bag, and they spent so much time making that engine and having these problems, and we're gonna have to see if Battle Royale is the solution of getting more players on board and sticking with the game. But nonetheless, like, if you guys are interested in that, go check it out. If you're not interested in it, don't install it.
Can we just acknowledge,
don't install it.
Can we just acknowledge that Halo is a niche franchise?
Damn.
Can we acknowledge that finally?
It is.
I think
I
it
mean,
dropped in
343.
popularity.
343 made it niche, unfortunately.
Killed that and like last Halo game was like I guess like 14 years ago. Halo 3, right?
The last one that they
no.
made was Reach.
Reach,
Last one
yeah,
they made
Reach,
was
Reach.
Reach.
Oh, Reach. That's true. That's true.
it was
And
3,
that
then
was
Reach.
that was a game that they didn't even give really a fuck about making, and they were
Yep.
on their way out. And
Yep.
that's one of the best stories in Halo. It's still like top 2 stories in Halo.
That's insane.
343 could never. On their way out, they could never.
And I don't think Battle Royale is a solution because again, I just don't think Halo has staying power. I just don't think. And like in terms of like battle passes and like let's say like the skins aren't that great. Again, like I give them a pass on that because if you look at like most early multiplayer season passes, the first few passes are not the best. Like look at Fortnite's first few passes and look at them now. Look at like even Call of Duty Vanguard, like their first 2 battle passes were like kind
I
of.
can agree with that, Alish, but the issue Halo had was they said everything you can do, like all these armors and skins are all obtainable through the pass, which was a lot.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Those other games didn't make that mistake.
Yeah, they did.
That was so cap. That was cap.
It was cap.
Insane, dude.
And that's the issue. It's like, if you knew that was going to be the case, which you guys damn well knew it, then don't fucking say it. Don't say it's all obtainable.
Yeah, just don't fucking say it. They're just
Yep.
fucking cappers, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, Microsoft, the king of multiplayers, the true innovators in the industry, they'll figure it out. You know what I mean? They got it.
Man.
Overwatch 2 got 1 million. 1
Oh
million
yeah, I heard about that. It
viewers
was
last
one.
week.
I guess.
1 million last week. Thank Microsoft for pushing that game out the way it is. You know what I mean? They got this in the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, we
Yeah,
can
that's
talk
their
about
that's
that.
their
We
true.
can talk about Overwatch in a bit, but like Halo, it's whatever, man.
Halo's
right?
dead, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And 10-year, 10-year plan, man. 10 years cycle for that game. Talada, you got anything to say about Halo?
The only thing I gotta say about Halo is that at least it's a good. It's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about the multiplayer?
Yeah, specifically, we're talking the season 2. Like, do you see that 17,000 Steam concurrent players sticking, or you think it's gonna fall next week?
I think it's gonna fall next week.
Okay. All right, so I
What's
guess
that right now? Is it still 17K right now, or did those numbers? Was it like?
Wait, repeat yourself again.
Hold on, let me check the Steam numbers.
Steam, it was now currently 14K, but the top concurrent was 17K.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, now it's 20.
Oh, look at that.
Wait.
Well,
Wait, hold on. Well, hold on a sec. You got 20K.
why
That
not?
shit. That shit's gonna go down by like 40% in the next month.
Yeah, it
Oh,
has
absolutely.
Yeah, it has. Oh, average players last 30 days was 5,290. So it got an uptick of like 15K.
Jesus. That's insane, dude.
By this shit going down. But I guess we can talk about Overwatch, which I've been telling people, bro, don't get hyped for Overwatch, dude. Don't do this to yourself.
I mean, I don't
And
care,
people
bro.
did it. Like, bro, like it should not have been titled Overwatch 2. I don't know why. Like,
Is it like a Fortnite chapter through? Can we say it's like a Fortnite
yeah,
chapter 2?
I could
Or is
agree
it
with
like,
that.
or is it like not as like monumental as Fortnite chapter 2 was? Because I think Fortnite chapter 2 was like they took out the map, they changed all the guns, like they did a lot of different stuff to change little things here and there.
Careful what you say, Alicia. Everything that you say
Will be
may
used
and
against
will
me.
be used against you.
Hey man, look, Overwatch 2, it's the biggest expansion of the year, maybe the biggest expansion of the century. You know what I mean?
Expansion, bro. It's the
Final-
new game,
Final-
bro.
Final Fantasy.
$60.
Final,
Wait, is it
Final
$60?
Fantasy
That's a good
Endwalker.
question.
Final Fantasy Endwalker. Step aside.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2 coming right
Shut
in.
the heck up.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow.
Overwatch 2 is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Really soon. Get your Twitch drops, and we'll hop in there. All right.
I wish you
Best-
had this type of
best shit
energy on Twitter, bro.
Hey man,
Like,
I was on a
where
bike.
was it, bro?
I was on a bike ride in Montreal, bro. I wasn't available.
So you keep it
Okay, so
I told you, Bless. I told you, Bless. When I did that, I was like, oh, I did not expect this. I made a mistake.
Brother.
So they're not saying, right? They're saying, they're saying, hey, Overwatch 1, like if you own Overwatch 1, Overwatch 2 will be for free, but they're not saying anything regarding new players.
I thought PVE wasn't free.
There's a all I know for sure is that there's one new operator or character, and they did a few reworks on a few characters that like changed their playstyle like pretty significantly. And then they also did away with having 2 tanks. Now there's only 1 tank, and they buffed the 1 tank. Those are the changes I know of.
Wow, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot. It's.
I
money,
mean, it will change the dynamic of the game, but it's not a 2 worthy. It's not at least from the changes I've said that I know of. That's not worthy of a sequel. Is that even like a Warframe level update? Like Warframe has changed this game more than that, hasn't it?
Well, I would say that Warframe is more like a PVE fundamental, right? So I guess like those type of expansion would be different, like a multiplayer. Like I think Valorant's like per season, it's usually like I think this latest season was like an agent. Before that was map and agent reworks. Like that's sort of like what those types of changes are more expected in terms of Overwatch 2's changes. But they don't call it like Valorant 2 or Valorant 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, It's also been a while for Overwatch, right? With an update like this, so maybe that's why they call it Overwatch 2.
It's just that this was in the works for a long time,
Yeah, like at least
and it
2
was like delayed.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, if the Overwatch fans love it, you like it, I love it.
I
You
love
like
it.
it,
I love it.
you like it, I love it.
You like
I
it, I
mean,
love it.
I will I play it? I'll try the beta. I'm in the beta. It lasts for like 3 fucking weeks. I'll play it eventually. But it's like, I mean, if it plays similar for me as a casual player, if it plays similar to 1, I'm probably not gonna play it for very fucking long. Which, from what I've seen, it looks very similar.
I mean, if you play it,
I'm
if
not.
you
I'm
don't
not.
like
I'm not
Overwatch,
a. I'm not like a high level player, so I'm not gonna see the high level differences immediately anyway, right? So it's like,
I mean, I think it's safe to say if you don't like Overwatch 1, you won't like Overwatch 2. I think that's pretty,
Yeah.
safe to say, right? So I think there's nothing wrong with that either.
yeah,
Multiplayer games, like people rag on Call of Duty for like, I don't agree with it, but it's the same game every year. I don't agree with that, but people rag on it for that when they charge you an annual fee for it. So Overwatch not charging you, maybe that is better. You know what I mean?
All right. So,
Mm.
small news tidbit. Atlas had an announcement for April, which is in of itself an announcement. For another announcement is they're doing their Persona concert. I think in October.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Nice
kind of like throws
unveiled.
my whole theory out the window of the last month. Like in what August they'll announce Persona 6. I think they're gonna announce it, of course, at the concert event.
Yeah, definitely.
that Final Fantasy concert.
No,
Okay.
a Persona concert.
Persona concert.
Oh.
Yeah, because they did it with P5.
Yeah, and every
back in
other,
the day.
most other P games, right?
So,
That'd be fire.
Yep. I mean,
Have good music.
all these announcements though, like they're like this whole anniversary event. I think we said it before. It's kind of been ass.
Absolutely.
So, basically, they're telling you, yeah, if you're expecting P6 in one of these announcements until August, yeah, no, just wait till freaking October. It's like, oh, okay. So, it is what it is on that. Can't wait for Persona 6. It'll be interesting in the regard of having a new game director and seeing where they go from there. So, all right, cool. I guess before we get into the bigger announcements, we got one more small tidbit, which is VRR, which Bless knows more about this than me.
Yeah, same.
Only
This
thing
is
I
how
know is that it updated on PlayStation 5 in terms of firmware update, and all I did was go into the system settings and click apply to all the games or whatever. And the only aspect I know about is that it only works on TVs that have, just TVs, because I don't think monitors even have it, or it's only a small amount of monitors that have it, is HDMI 2.1 port. So my LG CX, has it. So I'm not infected in that regard, but other people are greatly affected in that aspect. I know someone made the theory on Twitter, which I thought was kind of dumb. It's like, oh, Sony did this because they want you to buy their TVs, and I was like, if that was the case, then my TV wouldn't work with the VRR with LG CX. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I don't know why people were throwing out that theory. It's like, oh, Sony's doing it so you can buy their TVs. That was the case, then it would just be Sony TVs and not LG.
I heard I mean, from what good old buddy over at Digital Foundry said, Sony's TVs kind of suck for that. Now the ones that are updated, they kind of suck for VRR, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because they're LCD based, and when they are LCD based, they turn off full array local dimming, which they either turn it off or like significantly reduce it, which makes the picture not as good with it off. But that's it's like that for most LCDs. But like on on PC we don't really worry about that because our monitors we don't really be having full array local dimming like that for the most part, unless you have like a super high end monitor.
I don't know.
So
If my
when we
monitor has
so
it may.
you have the 4K monitor. Yeah, I think you do. I don't know how many zones yours has, but it probably does. But when you turn on G-Sync,
Yeah.
it'll either turn it off
It
completely
probably
or
did.
lowers it. But you know, but other than that, but I watched Digital Foundry's analysis, and I watched I watched. They had two things. They did their DF Direct about it, and then they did the actual video of analysis today.
And that
And
was
it
John
seems
Linneman, right? That did the
John,
video.
yeah, John and Alex was like just a person to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
talk back to, or whatnot. Um, basically, he said it's like the worst implementation
Mm-hmm.
of the VRR because I think there's two reasons, but I can only remember one. One is well, actually, there's two reasons. So, two reasons. It's not as wide of a range as say like for PC or for the Xbox Series X. Xbox Series X's range is 40 to 60 or 40 to 120. Uh, PCs is dependent on the monitor itself. It could be 1 to 120 or 165, for example. For PS5, it's 48 to 60 or 48 to 120. And
Mm-hmm.
even with the Series X, if you in the Series X, you can actually force 120 hertz mode, and when you do that, it applies through the entire range itself. Oh, give me 1 second.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Trying to look at the details.
God damn it. God, I can't stop. Okay. Yeah, so like when you force 120 hertz on the Series X version, it applies through the entire range, so 1 hertz to 120 basically.
Mm-hmm.
That does affects the image a bit with like motion clarity. You may see like more ghosting trails or inverse ghosting or whatnot. Hmm.
And that's with the
Sorry.
Series X with the better
Uh,
implementation. It has ghosting and stuff. Or is that the PS5?
No, I'm saying I'm saying like no, I'm saying this with the Series X, but that's if
Okay.
you force it on.
Like the
Oh,
application of the setting.
if you force 120 hertz mode, that's what I'm saying. If you
Yeah.
force 120 hertz mode, it applies through the entire range.
Okay.
But you don't have to. But it's even if you don't have to, it's 40 to 60 or 40 to 120, so it's still
Okay.
better than PlayStation's. And then the second reason is they don't have further low frame rate compensation past that range. So once VRR turns off when it's under 48, it kind of just brings back all the judder and unevenness of the frame pacing. Whereas Xbox Series X, there's a ability to where you can turn on low. It's like auto low latency mode, so you still get good latency and it doesn't feel like complete garbage when it goes under the frame rate limit or the the range for the VRR basically. But yeah. So honestly, it's like
So like I know like the application settings you're telling me. So like I'm confused in terms of like what's the difference then when like you're having game developers create a patch and like
okay.
to enable that like let's say Insomniac for instance, that's the only one I could really think of, the only one that's being promoted, right, with
So
Ratchet and Clank and the Spider-Man games or something like that. So
all the patch is doing is unlocking the frame rate.
So that's all they're doing is just like, okay, we're just gonna unlock the frame rates for all the modes we have or whatever, like the
Yeah,
performance ray tracing, the fidelity, and then just ray tracing or whatever. No, or performance, just performance and performance
and fidelity.
Yeah,
fidelity is also all the modes are unlocked. There's 3 modes, they're all unlocked basically. So yeah, so they're just doing that.
Do you think that's a staple that needs to happen with like all games, like that they should have an unlocked?
Oh, absolutely. They should have the ability to do that. I mean, but are people going to complain about more options? Because it's like, oh, I just plug in. We're a console. I just plug and play.
I feel
mean, these are more options. So
I feel like
just
a lot
more
of
and more like a
developers
PC.
won't
like
do
I said.
that though. Blessed. Like I feel like a lot of developers will just do the visual and performance, and they won't unlock the frame rate. Like,
I mean, I feel the same because they'll be fucking lazy. But either way, I feel like they should. But that goes into the argument of like, oh, consoles are just becoming less and less plug and play the more we fucking move on.
Because like Guerrilla Games, like I don't think they're gonna unlock the frame rate or whatever. Even the next Naughty Dog game or. Like, I don't know, like, Insomniac's the only one that's doing it.
Other devs are fucking lazy.
Like, like, do you think just Insomniac just got a stronger work ethic? Or, like, they're just
Insomniac's work ethic is better than all those devs.
Mm-hmm. Because they give
we see that they've put out 3 different projects in 2 years.
And then they give the modes, like... Because I know, like, originally it was just, performance and fidelity, right? And then, like, later on, they gave performance ray tracing, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, and then now they're doing the unlock and the frame rate portion.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. I definitely don't see Ragnarok having an unlocked frame rate either.
Well, that'll be stupid. But either way, though, I mean, but yeah, so there's all that. And then he found that there's one game that doesn't actually turn on VRR for some reason. It's GT7. For whatever reason, it doesn't turn it on.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, it's still they spent 5 years working on this, 4 years working on it, and it's still inferior. You know, like Apple, like will not do something until it's perfect, and then they'll release it and be like, oh, you did it first, but we did it better.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do it first, and you didn't do it better. But at least it's here. At least it's here.
You think they're gonna continue updating it though?
I mean, they should. They definitely should. They should put in a low frame rate compensation toggle.
Now, I don't know if that'll be a year from now. Could be 2 years from now, or it may never happen. Who knows?
Yeah, because the great thing about Insomniac, they put in a low frame rate compensation for when the frame rate goes below at least I believe he said it for Ratchet. They put in a low frame rate compensation system for when it goes below that range of 48 frames per second. Once it goes below that, their system handles it instead. Like Insomniac are just fucking out here. The rest of these fucking these Sony devs fucking they kind of just suck. I don't know. They just don't have the same shit, man.
No.
They just aren't out here like that. But yeah. That's basically it about the VRR though. Yeah. It's not as good as PC.
Anybody else got any thoughts on VRR for PlayStation 5?
Me?
Give me 1440p, man.
1440p.
Yeah, they need to fucking do that. It's like, oh, we'll do it once there's enough demand. Like, nigga, what do you mean?
Like for me, there's too much that they need to add. And it's gonna take them a long time before we get those stuff in.
I haven't played with PS5 in like 4 months, so
I just did because of Long Judgment.
Well, you guys are still lucky because you guys have got PlayStation 5. So
I mean, I felt like it was so easy to get it just because I got it the day the pre-orders went up.
Yeah, me too. Because they didn't announce it, right? So like, it was a lot easier to get a pre-order.
The thing was, it's like if everyone can recall. Sony didn't even do it themselves. The retailers just jumped the gun. Yeah. Like one retailer jumped the gun and all the others followed suit. And Sony was like, "What the?"
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
was
and
just
now
like, what the
now
hell?
it's so like digital versions of getting Xbox PlayStation 5 near impossible. Where you can get a disc version, 500 and something pound
Yeah,
or 480, which is crazy. It's not even at retail price. So like you guys are lucky. All I can say is you guys are lucky you got a PlayStation. I'm still trying to get one. Um, but in terms of the VR aspect of things, there's a long way to go before they perfect that.
yeah, VR. I guess quickly talk about is a lot of people were wondering God of War being delayed, etc., etc. Two things happened. Corey did
Corey
like
Barlog.
an anniversary video of God of War. They're working on it, and there was a lead. I think was it lead animation director was asked a question if it's still on track for 2022. The person said yes, they're on track. So there's your update. Could the developer be lying? Yeah. Could they be telling the truth? Yeah. So, um, no
I,
one
I don't I
knows.
don't me personally I don't think devs would lie because if it's already been slated for 2022, then it is 2022, right?
Hmm.
Unless the higher ups, like the game director or somebody that is even higher than the game director, says no, you can't put out the game this year, then they'll tweet it out or put a post out or something like that, and at least your thing is popping again.
Damn it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um. All right.
But
Cool.
yeah, but yeah, that's what I think. I honestly think that I think he's telling the truth, and the fact that that if he was lying, I think a lot of the insiders would say something by now, like a lot of the leakers, like the Jeff Grubbs and
Man, listen,
you know,
Jeff Grubb don't know nothing about PlayStation. Nobody knows anything about PlayStation.
I'm just saying as an example,
Yep.
Jeff
Scrub.
Grubb, Jeff
Oh,
Grubb and all these different people.
yeah, I feel it. So we got an update on a certain game, a game that I'm probably my most anticipated game of if it comes out this year. Final Fantasy 16 got an update, and Yoshi P discussed in the final stages of development for the game, which sounds very promising. And this has been a hot topic within the Final Fantasy community. Is if it's coming out this year, and then they other people have made reasons as to why it's not coming out this year, and people think because of the release window or the release date for Forspoken is in October. Don't know the day because I don't really care for the game. Is in October, and then in my mindset and other people's mindset is like, if Final Fantasy around that time frame and like let's say I don't know in July it's ready, dude, freaking delay Forspoken. And my whole mindset of delaying Forspoken is this: Forspoken is not going to be able to compete with the games that are coming out in fall. Which there's a certain game coming out in fall, which we'll discuss after this topic. And I don't think it like in terms of wanting to have the game breathe, in terms of wanting to have the game in a bunch of consumers' hands, bro. You should put that out in either January or spring of next year, because Forspoken does not have the power to compete with other titles like that. Final Fantasy, on the other hand, absolutely does have that power to compete with other titles that come out around the fall time frame. So I definitely think that if I were Square Enix, I would do that. But hey, man, I don't work for Square. I'm just a humble consumer. But Alicia, what do you think about?
I think I agree with you. I think they should delay it. Just because. I mean, I guess talking about Starfield. You know what I mean? I don't think. Oh, just Forspoken just hasn't had enough. Hasn't wowed me or hasn't gotten a lot of hype. It's just been kind of
And I said this
here
too.
and there.
Like, I don't want to buy it, especially with other games coming out. I don't.
Yeah.
But I'll buy definitely Final Fantasy 16 if they put it in October. I 100% buy that.
Yeah. So I definitely agree with that.
Bless, what do you think about the update and what I said in terms of that they should just push Forspoken aside and place 16 in October?
They should definitely put Forspoken in like spring. That shit gonna get killed. That shit is gonna sell fucking terrible, bro. That shit gonna go Birchwood in the fall. I don't see that shit doing well.
And we
Yeah, man, support black women.
And we seen time and time again that if there's like no release and people are hungry for a game,
Buy it. They'll
people will
buy
buy it. So
If they
you
put
do-
that bitch in like January, there's not even gonna be in fucking January. Just put it
exactly
in January.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like Final Fantasy 16 can absolutely compete in the fall, like in October, or even November for that matter. But Forspoken absolutely cannot. So, what about you, Taladio?
I'm not a big fan of Final Fantasy, if I'm honest with you. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it. I probably won't pick up the new game. But whoever picks it up, I'm sure they'll probably enjoy it.
No, and I'm picking it up, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say in it. Like, there's not much to really add on that frontier because we already
See, I
know
gotta always do a jab at you, Taladia.
Yes, I already know you gotta do it.
Which
The
one?
Avengers?
Which one? No. Which one do you think is gonna score better, Final Fantasy 16 or Gotham Knights? Gotham Knights.
What the
No
fuck?
comment. No comment.
No
on
comment?
that.
No, you can't.
Damn.
You think
No
I'll-
comment on that?
No comment on it. I don't need to comment on
I
it.
hear this. I
Wow,
can hear the
okay.
smirk on your voice.
Yo,
Talon.
Ty, would you be willing to make a bet with me? If
No.
Gotham Knights scores higher, I'll buy you a game. But if
No.
no, you don't want to do that.
Wow.
No, because I don't want you to spend money on me. No.
No, that is the dumbest excuse I've ever
I don't
heard.
want you to spend money on me,
That is so
Brother.
bad.
brother.
Oh my
You're kidding me.
gosh.
It's called a selfless act.
Wow.
That is
That's
not
the
a
best
selfless. You know damn well.
It's called a
16 's gonna score
selfless
better.
act. Wow.
I'm being selfless.
Yes,
and I'm
man.
not saying. Look at
Yeah,
me.
no, Tony is this man is capping so hard.
You know he's capping. Them motherfucker brought out the in it. I'm
Mm,
being
but the thing
I'm being selfless
being-
in it. Nah, I got
No,
it.
but you know what I mean, right? At the end of the day, right? Final Fantasy 16 is probably going to be bought. Well, we already know Sony's already going to have the rights to it, right? We already know
I mean, it's
that.
timed exclusive.
Kind of exclusive, but by the time the game comes out, think about it. Sony will probably have the full right by then.
Oh man,
After the
we'll
whole-
talk about that in a bit. Gosh, they ain't trying to spoil the dang topics. Anyways, going into the next topic, and I think we literally have two more unless anybody else has anything else to add, and on top of these two big topics, which we'll discuss in great lengths. We'll go with the second last topic, and I have to pull out a certain tweet. Just because, hey man, consolidation. So
Mhm.
this was by, I don't want to butcher his name, Imran Khan.
Imran Khan.
Yes.
That's
So
right.
this is his tweet. He put two tweets out, and the dude's a big insider. He leaks a lot of things. So he said in his first tweet, couldn't get enough confirmation to actually write a post about it, but hearing a decent bit of chatter this week about Warner Brothers Discovery shopping their game development studios around. And the interested parties include EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, PUBG Corp. Warner Brothers Discovery wants to sell studios and license IP supposedly. So we can talk about this. So a lot of people are like, wait,
Go ahead.
wasn't there a whole discussion about them selling their IPs and they decided not to? And a lot of people don't realize that was AT&T was having
was
that
AT&T.
discussion, and they decided not to. And when Warner Brothers Discovery purchased, Warner Brothers from AT&T included the game studios because they decided not to sell the game studios themselves. This basically tells us Warner Brothers Discovery wants nothing to do with gaming, which is very interesting in that aspect. And
I can say this, right? I want to add
we
on
have more
to-
consolidation going to occur as a result for this. And PUBG Corp is a interesting name put out because I would never have expected them to, I guess, get more developers. And like
Yeah, that's
I
right.
feel like the only other game, I guess, right, that is within their whole lineup besides PUBG is the spiritual successor to Dead Space, right? I'm drawing a blank on the name, but Callisto Protocol, right?
Yeah.
That's within the PUBG universe, so to speak. So that's a interesting aspect that they want to kind of pursue. And to talk about licensing IP, so no one truly knows whether or not when they buy the studios, they'll have a little deal on the side for like 5-year licensing for the IPs. But the issue in of itself, right, is Warner Brothers has a lot of IP, including the Harry Potter IP, the DC IP, so, and Mortal Kombat. But no one really knows whether or not Warner Brothers wants to keep the Mortal Kombat IP. I'm thinking Warner Brothers Discovery will because they want to continue probably making movies of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So, but the issue in of itself, right, is NetherRealm.
and also TT Games, because in May 2021, according to Roberto Serrano, he goes in May in 2021, Warner Brothers board announced that Warner Brothers Games company will split into two parts. One will incorporate into AT&T, and another will be sold in the coming months. The board didn't comment which studio would be part of either, and apparently one of them was TT Game going off to Xbox Studio.
Wait, which game?
Traveler Tale Games, TT Games.
BT
The
game.
people that make the Lego
Oh.
games.
Yeah, the Lego games. Yeah, the people who made the
Okay.
Lego game. So he basically reported on that last year, and if here's my take on this whole thing, though, if you don't mind me chipping in.
No.
I feel like this isn't gonna take full into effect right now. Like we know that WB have got at least 4 to 5 DC games in development, at least minimum, right?
We don't know. They could sell it freaking next month. Like, it doesn't matter if the
They
games
could.
are out or not
could.
out.
Yeah, they could, but at the same time, but I mean, in terms of the DC aspect of things, I do know there's about 4 to 5 games in development. That's something I do know because I have a friend of mine that works in the games industry, and he straight up said that there is about at least 4 to 5 games that are in development, and this might impact, this might not.
It depends. It depends. Literally, I think it depends. If the people buying get the IP with it, or Warner Brothers Discovery say you don't get the IP, but they got to continue working on the said game, and you of course will get some of the profits as well, which could be a stipulation within it, their studios being sold.
I think it's the second one what you just said, where they just lend out the IP. I think they're gonna do a Marvel game situation, where they just give out the IPs. They don't actually own it fully fledged, because I think it for Warner Brothers Discovery, that would be a smart move on their part to give out the IPs, especially for the DC aspect. Mortal Kombat, I think that they'll straight away give that out. I don't think they'll keep that.
Even though, so you think permanently Warner Brothers Discovery will relinquish ownership of the Mortal Kombat IP?
on NRS games wise, yes, just the games, because in the game side, because if you gotta remember, Evo in the fighting game community, there's a
Because
thing
I will
called.
say, like, if NetherRealm doesn't get the Mortal Kombat IP
Mhm.
to keep it, because they've been working on that series for years and years,
What, 30
that
years,
would be a
right?
big blow to them. And
Yes, that would be a big blow to them. At the same time, I can just see Warner Brothers Discovery it could go either way, right? They could keep the IP or they could sell it. But
yeah, because they're
you
not going to be able to work on Injustice.
they're not gonna be able to work on Injustice. That's for sure, right? That's a given now. Um,
Which, and
and the
let's say if
fact
they don't get Mortal Kombat, bro, what do? They would have to make a new IP,
you have to
essentially.
make a new an IP. It'll have to be a new IP. Exactly, right? And with Evil, the only thing is the big faction with NetherRealm is Evil. That's why I think Sony might acquire majority of the studios, and I think it's just because of not only because Sony owns Evo, but they've got money to pull out and they can easily purchase, WB without even asking questions. I mean, they've done it with Marvel, right? They bought Marvel games in terms of particular IPs like Wolverine, Spider-Man. Those two
Hmm.
IPs particularly are now Sony owned. I can see the same thing being done for DC and with NRS, and to particularly be owned by them and put out more combat games, put out Injustice games, put out whatever DC has, whether it's another Batman Arkham game, whether it's a Superman game, whether it's a Justice League game. I can see all of that happening.
Yeah.
That's. I
I
mean,
guess
I don't. I
from
don't.
your
I don't.
take, you
I,
would
I
prefer
don't.
Sony to get the studios.
I don't think EA or Take-Two will buy them purely because WB have had a bad problem with EA previously, and I don't think they'll want to invest money into EA. And Take-Two is already like money hungry as it is. They'll probably microtransaction a lot of the things, and a lot of the fans won't like that. And with Microsoft, they've already just purchased what Bethesda. No, what was it? Yeah, it's Bethesda and Activision
Activision
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Yeah, so for them it's a little bit hard.
Yeah, for them
Tencent,
the deal's going through with Activision Blizzard. So I don't know if Microsoft is able to take that on top of like that.
on top of that, yeah, exactly. Tencent, I don't know who Tencent is.
Tencent's like a lot of people don't like Tencent or NetEase. Like,
I don't know who they are, but that wouldn't include them. PUBG is a basically they make the mobile games, right?
as well as the regular game.
As well as the regular game, but particularly they're well known for the mobile side of things, right? Um, but yeah, I just think where WB will possibly go would be Sony. I don't see any other place. Where else would they go, really?
Okay, okay. Bless. What do
What
you?
what do you guys think though?
Yeah. I was gonna bless. What do you think about all this with Warner Brothers Discovery selling their gaming division and the parties being interested? And of course, we don't like consolidation. And like this generation is just the war, the arms race, so to speak.
Yeah, everybody just being bought the fuck out.
And it basically tells us when Discovery bought Warner Brothers, they just don't want to be part of the gaming division whatsoever. So, what do you think?
I mean, they should just wait until fucking see how Gotham Knights and Harry Potter hit, honestly.
And Suicide Squad. I think they should wait until Suicide Squad as well because Suicide Squad comes out next year, and that I think after that, that's when you start to pinnacle of, you know, going forward with this deal or whatever, right?
The problem
And
with the new CEO,
mhm,
Zaslav, is
David Zaslav.
he's very like he doesn't like spending a lot of money is one of his things, and he likes making profit but not trying to screw consumers over. So that's like his whole mindset. And I'm thinking in his mindset, he's like, if we license out our IPs, we're getting money on top of the royalties, and we don't have to manage studios and paying like said studios.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's I
my
guess
question-
blessed that's like why they're going like that person is probably going that route of not wanting to be part of the gaming division and
But why would they? But my question is, why would they say bolstering gaming then in the Variety article a few weeks back?
in terms of probably licensing IP.
gaming?
That's what I would assume. Licensing IP is in their way of bolstering gaming. They're giving out their IPs to certain studios, and the studios are paying the
Okay.
licensing fee as well as giving out the royalty fees to them.
Okay, so that
Oh.
then so this makes sense then for them to sell it then.
Yeah, but bless, I guess, hearing that, like, these interested parties, which one do you think is most likely, and which one, I guess, would you prefer? Because I
Ooh.
feel like you're in the camp of you wouldn't want Tencent or NetEase. I don't know about you with PUBG Corp, because that's like a curveball.
Those are the only options.
Well, it's EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, and PUBG Corp.
Those are all the people that are interested.
Yes.
EA, Microsoft, Sony. I don't know. What the fuck has Tencent been doing recently? What are their game studios been doing?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're giving them a thought process because a lot of people don't like Tencent.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
I don't really like them either, but I want to see what the fuck their games have been doing though.
They've just been investing a lot and trying to get studios. They're
But
mostly in the mobile
but nothing
gaming.
released.
They're mostly in the mobile gaming. I feel.
All right, no, fuck that. Man, PC property. I mean, I guess Sony. Mortal Kombat.
So
Mortal Kombat and.
do you think Microsoft's not likely because of the Activision Blizzard deal?
Yes, and I don't want them to own that shit anyway because management is shit. So don't give them more shit to manage.
That is true because
Fuck
like,
that shit.
Yeah.
That would just be bad.
You can say like
I mean,
the only bad thing about the WB games, like Talia, I know you like WB Montreal, but I feel like the management in that studio isn't that great.
I'll be honest with you. Like, here's something I do know is that the devs have fucked up.
When Montreal?
The devs are fucked up.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree, bro. Like the
I
last game
know
has
the
been
brand-
since Arkham Origins, bro.
No. The new brand manager basically teased out that they're gonna be at the Xbox event. He really screwed up there. He retweeted it and quoted it and whatnot. And yeah, he's kind of screwed up there. And WB hasn't said anything to him. So obviously I get what you're saying. Oh, like
So you think it's probably Gotham Knights gonna be up there?
I think Gotham Knights would be at the Xbox event, but in particularly for DC though as a whole, it's Sony's. Realistically, I see Sony. Like
Okay.
I think I don't know about Alicia. Or,
Yeah, Leash. What do you think about this? Who do you like? Who do you see likely, and who do you want?
Honestly, likely, I don't. If there's one thing I learned about all these acquisitions is that, unlike like, there's so many curveballs with these acquisitions that, if I try to make a prediction by saying one is likely, it might just be the case. That might be the complete opposite. It might be like a Bracer Group or some shit, or like NetEase or something. But I think what's more important is that to make sure that the way these IPs are handled isn't like completely tarnished. If given to someone, making sure that these games are also put out at a faster rate, because I think one of the problems with DC, in my opinion, is that they don't put out enough games with their respective licenses. They have a lot of potential with their licenses. They just don't use them to the rate. You can't This much of a delay, I think, between their superhero games since Arkham Knight is not acceptable. It should be a much faster rate. And if you have to license it out to one or a different set of studios, I think whatever you have to do is make sure that the brand of DC is bolstered across all mediums. Because I think that's one of the problems with DC as a whole is that they don't take advantage of the brand that they have. Um, I would like, obviously, I drink the Sony Kool-Aid, so they should definitely take it. Just because it gives them, they're already the home of Marvel games. It might be the home of also DC games as well, and the potential maybe crossovers you can have with that as well. If you own the respective licenses and all that stuff. So, I think that's what I got from all this, in my opinion. But
So like something like a Marvel versus DC fighting game,
yeah,
and
that'd
something like that.
be really dope.
That I can see that happening if Sony acquires WB Games entirely, but I don't see them going to EA or Take-Two because EA's money. Well, EA is pretty much a company that
I
help
mean, it screws
consume.
over its studios. Unless,
Yeah.
like, literally, if you're not freaking Respawn, like, if you're not Respawn, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
was
I
gonna
don't.
say,
I already have a lot.
I was gonna say, would y'all like to see all those games on Frostbite now?
No,
That shit would be fun.
dude. People
No,
would brute
no,
force it.
no,
Yo,
no.
Rocksteady's like, dude, we're being forced with Frostbite? What the fuck? It's like, yeah,
No,
man,
like,
let's go.
see, even here's the thing too, right? I can see Sony saying yes, make a Superman game. Yes, make a Justice League game. Yes, make this, make that. Yes, make a Marvel versus DC fighting game. I can see them doing that all left, right, and center if Sony
If
acquires it,
Sony
right?
did, like, they can definitely
Even
talk to Marvel. I mean, Sony has a
even
good
the left
relationship
aspect.
with Marvel, just like you could say movie wise as well as gaming wise. Like,
Hmm.
it could be a possibility.
I mean, even the fact that you got to even take into the Lego aspect. Lego is owned by Epic Games, so if Sony acquires TT Games, they don't lose the rights. I don't think they lose the rights to Lego. I'm not too sure on that because I think isn't Epic. I don't know if Epic owns Lego. I'm not too sure. Um, but it would be a pretty big deal regardless,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Right? And I don't know how they do it though. If it takes a month or a year or 2 years, we don't know.
what are you
Or
talking
they
about in
could
terms of what?
them actually saying, yeah, we bought the studio or
Oh, okay,
what?
so probably a year.
Probably about a year, right? Or it could be like how it was last time where they just take it off the cards, like I did how AT&T did.
Mhm.
'Cause that could be a thing too, where you know WB. There's a thing as well where they could dissolve some of these studios because they haven't put out a game, in so
I
many
doubt
years.
it. I doubt that just because they want money out of it and they sell their studio division. Like, it's better for basically
For
everybody.
everyone, yeah, best for everyone. Yeah, I just think because I saw a YouTube video somewhere someone was just like, oh, they could dissolve these studios. I'm just like, bro,
Like, you
no,
dissolve it, bro. Like, that looks really bad.
yeah, that would look bad
I
on
mean,
them.
like, granted, like, you're not in the gaming industry anymore, but, like,
But,
a lot of
but
people are going to lose jobs. I mean, a
a,
lot.
l- a lot of people would lose jobs. But it's all factor on the four biggest studios, right? Monolith, Rocksteady, Avalanche Software, and I would say
WB Montreal, and then I
WB,
think they have one more.
WB Montreal and TT Games.
Hmm.
Those are the only studios which are really big, which are I think is going to take a big, really big impact on their games going forward. We do know WB Montreal have got a second game in production that's been put on hold because the fact of Gotham Knights. And after Gotham Knights is released, we don't know what the second game, if they're gonna go forward with it or they're gonna can it. We don't know. That's you got to take into consideration whatever the game is. But I'm pretty sure David Zaslav will probably say to Sony, "Look, hey, we give you the IP, but it's a really big IP, really big. Let's say if it's Superman, right? It's a big IP. We'll give it to you guys, but you have to pay X amount of money for it.
No.
How much do you think? How much do you think so, WB is worth though?
The
WB
gaming
games?
division, shit,
Yeah.
couple billion
That's
probably,
a, do you think 2 billion? Do you think 3 billion?
maybe
Do you
more.
think more than 3 billion? Okay. What
Yeah.
about you, Alish?
Sorry, repeat the question.
So how
Sorry.
much do you think the gaming division for Warner Brothers, like how much it's worth? I said like definitely more than 3 billion.
I would say so too. On that range.
Less?
Yeah.
No, he's saying around the range.
You said no.
Yeah, at least a couple of billion. I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. So I think pretty much we can sum it up here, guys, on the Overlevel podcast is the fact that we think possibly Sony could be taking WB games. That's our take on that. So
And then the last topic is actual acquisition. And I said, I was kind of semi-right and not right. Like I said, oh, I think Crystal Dynamics will be sold to Microsoft. Like they definitely were sold, but not to Microsoft. The whole Western division was sold to Embracer Group, and I keep forgetting, man. Embracer owns a lot of freaking studios. It's just they don't.
Yeah.
Put
They
out
own
a,
like
they own a lot, but they don't. I feel
crazy
like
shit.
they don't put out a lot of games though.
No, they don't. I saw they own Tarsier. They put out Little Nightmares 2 earlier this year.
Yeah.
No, last year? Or
No, I think it was
don't
last.
remember.
La-
Last year.
last year, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, bro, like, what is happening? Like, and the thing is, it was 300 mil. 300 mil. And I think that's bananas. Like, I felt like if I was in Square's position, I would have just asked for $1 billion. Like, the thing is, you're giving
It was
your
like 4
IPs,
studios.
and you're giving
Yeah,
them
it's like-
IPs.
It was like 50 IPs or some shit.
Yeah.
They were like they didn't give a fuck, bro. Square dead ass didn't give a fuck about their Western side.
just said,
bro.
yo,
Sell that shit off.
They hated them niggas.
Dude,
That's
they
why
were
it's so
ass.
cheap.
Because they're ass.
They're not ass.
no,
Guardians
they
is
are
like
ass.
Guardians is like
Guardians
the
was
best
good.
Marvel game. What do you
No,
mean?
no, it is not.
That's
You are
literally
capping.
the
You are
best
capping.
Marvel
You are.
game.
That is not true. You are capping.
No, I'm not capping at
No,
all.
no, no,
I
that's
think
not-
it's
that's
the
not
best.
true.
I beat Spider-Man Miles Morales. I beat
did too.
Spider-Man. I beat Spider-Man 2018. It's better than both.
No,
Yeah, it is.
Mm,
no,
I don't
It
know
is.
about better than.
no,
It's better than both.
no.
In my opinion, I don't
Yeah.
think that, but I really love Guardians. I think it's number.
It has a better
Guardians-
story than
num-
both. That's for sure.
Number 2.
no.
Here's the thing.
It
right?
definitely has a better story than both.
Here's my thing.
That's without question, and better characters for sure, without
Here's my-
question,
Here's my thing, right?
and better music. Sorry.
I think what's it called? Guardians is better than Avengers, hands down, right?
Yeah.
That's not even a
Shock.
That-
Well,
that was-
whoa. Really?
that-
Wait, really?
that was obvious.
Wait,
That was
really?
obvious, right?
That was obvious.
But I don't think is it better than Marvel's Spider-Man?
Yes.
Nah.
I,
What
I'm
does
in the
Spider-Man
camp-
have? What does Spider-Man have over it? Let's
Guardians-
put it in the- let's put it into categories.
I'm gonna tell you. Damn.
Yeah,
Damn!
Go ahead.
Damn. I
Go
just
ahead.
thought Guardians gameplay got too repetitive for me. I didn't like it. It
Guardians
just
got frustrating a little bit. I
It
can
got really
say that
repetitive.
much.
So that's the
did
only
get
and the
thing.
bosses were just bullet sponges. Like I like it just got really boring.
well,
Like, the bosses.
I see that's the issue where I gotta disagree with you there, just because
think the
I
bosses
think
are good.
both. I'm gonna be honest. I think both games had terrible bosses. In my opinion, I didn't like the bosses in Guardians, nor did I like it in
Mm.
Spider-Man.
Miles Morales
I will
or-
say the reason for me Spider-Man 2018 I liked more than Guardians was, for me, I had more of an emotional impact with the Spider-Man story as well as the ending
Hear that,
than
Bless? Emotional.
Guardians. But the thing is,
Whoa, what?
I loved
Emotional impact.
I loved both
Emotional?
games. I loved
Emotional
both
impact.
games. I love both games, bro. I can't say one. Man, this makes a trash.
I cried.
Like
and,
I think
And
Miles.
it
I think
clapped.
Miles Morales is the best one. Like out of both.
Really? I didn't think
Yeah,
Miles'
just 'cause
storyline was
I-
as good.
I like.
Miles
I like
has a
the
better
gameplay.
story than
The gameplay
2018.
was
Really?
harder. The game was harder in my opinion. There was more. The abilities were more fun, and it wasn't
Yeah.
as there wasn't as much filler content. So it was like condensed well that it didn't feel like they cut stuff out of the game. Like, everything-
Miles. Mm. I'll say Miles was condensed better, and the what it had was better in terms of being more memorable and like the difficulty being higher and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
better story. But overall, I think 2018 was better than it because it had like better side missions, like the shit with like the tombstone and shit.
Mhm.
That shit
Tombstone
was
was
better.
honestly the only like good boss, decent boss. I won't say good, decent boss battle, and it wasn't
But
even a main boss.
but like I said, I don't. I think it's depending on how you feel with both comparing both games, gameplay wise and
Like I
story
mean,
wise, right?
they're different in terms of gameplay. Like personally, I feel like it's hard to compare both. I really love
Not
both.
as a single player experience. I'm talking about though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're both single player games.
I mean, I know one of my Red Hood's one of my streamer friends, right? He found Guardians. He was struggling with it so much. And he found it a little bit frustrating. It took him about what 20 tries, 20 30 tries before finishing the final boss.
Wait, what?
Um, yeah, the
20 or 30
final boss.
tries. I don't
Oh
think
no,
I
I
died
bet.
that much.
I don't think I died at all. That final boss. I don't think I did.
Oh,
I like the dragon fight. Dragon fight was dope. That was like the only fight like I actually
Oh
really
no,
liked.
to me, like when they mentioned that character, I was like, dude, we
Oh,
better see him. We better, and then we saw him. So I was like, hyped
Here's
about
the
that.
thing, right? Here's what I was gonna bring up as well. Square Enix lost $200 million on Marvel games alone.
that's right. Because
Yeah,
they
because of the
asked.
Avengers. I don't know about Guardians. I have no idea when it comes
No,
to that
Just
number.
because of Avengers.
probably
According
lost money on
to
Guardians, but not because it was bad.
MST, Microsoft, I think it's MST financial analyst Gary Gibson. The reason why Square Enix sold Crystal Dynamics Eidos Montreal was due uh was um is relatively simple. Between the Marvel's Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy game, they lost the company $200 million.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
I'll say
That
the other issue though is like I think Square didn't market
understand the
Guardians
West.
well as they didn't give it a big enough push. And then
And they didn't understand. They didn't understand like telling the fans one thing and doing it some like they
because I
did
feel
something
like
else.
when they first showed it off, it put a lot of people off,
Yeah,
especially
because
Yeah,
that
coming off the Avengers.
and
And
that gameplay breakdown video was way too long. It was like 15 minutes. It was way too long.
yeah.
so I think they
And the
should have done
problem,
it better. And then I feel like the
no,
game
no,
would have sold more.
but here's something really screwed up as well.
Mm.
Square Enix fired off one of their devs even before Avengers launched
Oh
because
yeah, we know
he's
about that
yeah,
Badland Wonderland
Yeah,
yeah,
Blind Wonderworld.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I forgot the name.
yeah.
but that game didn't
They,
cost that much money. I don't think that's like a
he
enough of
said that
financial
he
loss.
said Avengers wasn't even ready, and the fact that they fired him on the basis of that shows that you know they're pretty much a studio that is only Japanese. They're
That's
not
what I'm
ready for the West.
saying. No
They're not
West.
ready for the. They're not ready for the West. So
Exactly. They shouldn't have it. This is a great move.
I will say
Honestly.
like, and the thing is, yeah, like Tomb Raider will be under Embracer, and they said this sale will not impact Crystal Dynamics working on the Perfect Dark game. So,
yes,
what
Oh
else?
God.
What else
yes,
can I
Mm.
say? Like I said, I mean Tomb Raider. I'm not gonna give a shit. I'm not really interested, even with when it going to Embracer. The only thing I'm personally interested in is a new Deus Ex game. That is the only thing I'm looking forward to from Embracer, and that's really it for me.
but it's like I said,
Yeah, yeah.
the way Square Enix has handled their Western IPs, especially with Marvel games,
Bro.
has really shown that they can't really handle it. And I think this should be setting as an example, especially for people like at Rocksteady, that look, hey, if you're gonna make a game as a service game, don't promise the fans one thing and do another thing. Otherwise, you'll lose a lot of money.
So I guess to talk about it, like 300 mil, definitely. I think we're in all in agreement that it's a steal for Embracer,
Yeah, it's a steal.
and I
100%.
think IDOS said they're gonna be using Unreal Engine 5, and no one
Yeah.
knows whether or not they're working on the next Deus Ex game. I think everyone really does, really wants them to work on the next Deus Ex game that was planned after Mankind Divided. I wanted that, and hopefully we can see that.
But I want to add this as well, is that they basically also they've scrapped She-Hulk, Winter Soldier, and Captain Marvel. All those characters have been scrapped in Avengers.
And
From
I don't
leaker,
think
Miller.
the Marvel license is going with Embracer, right? It's done.
No. It's done. It's basically done. The game is
Yeah,
dead. The
that's what I
game
was
is pretty
thinking.
much dead because
And
they got nothing to give. Like, what else could Square Enix give them? Nothing. The game is dead now. They can't give out any more DLC characters because it's sold. Um, and the fact that the devs were really, really bad to the content creators. I know this from like, I was told this, right? They were bad, communications between content creators and the dev team, and it's really bad. It's really bad hearing stuff like that.
yeah,
Uh,
um, I gotta ask a question before we go into um what's it being used the 300 million and go into further speculation about certain aspects of Square. When do you guys think Square is just gonna take out the cord and unplug the servers for Avengers? You guys think it'll be next year?
yeah, it'll be next.
Uh,
It'll be after 2.5. It'll be straight after 2.5 patch. So it won't be this patch that is coming up. It's the patch after that when just what's that character for the she version of Thor. After she's put into the game, Jane Foster's put into the game. After that is released, maybe about a week later, they'll cut the servers down. I think slowly they'll do it, region by region.
are you talking about like what do you mean like what do
Hmm?
you mean by servers?
Yeah,
What
man.
do you what do you mean
Like,
by
like
servers?
because it's an always
Like
online
updates?
game.
Like updates are like just purely the servers.
Purely the
Purely,
servers.
Oh, not anytime
purely,
soon.
You
If
don't
if
think
if Watch Dogs Legion is still going and that game hasn't had any updates yet for like four
well,
or
Watch
five
Dogs
months,
you can
then
still play as a single player game, right?
yeah, Watch Dogs you still play
okay.
as a single player game, but
Avengers is
Avengers
always
is
online game.
it's
If
always
Babylon
multi.
Fall, whenever Babylon Fall is ending, then an additional 2 years
Additional 2 years. I gotcha.
after they shut down Babylon Fall servers. In my
I
opinion,
don't think so. I think it'll be before that.
I
I
think
think
I think their games are they're not they're not as quick to shut down servers. Like they're not very. I don't think they're trigger happy as we might think.
they're not like the fans aren't happy with them, especially with the way they treated the fans, the way they lied to the fans, the way they've handled the Avengers IP. They said, "Oh, this was going to be a game as a service game," but yet the game would not have no microtransactions. Yeah, it did have microtransactions. They said that this game was going to be top tier, level. You remember this, right, didn't it? You were saying this, that the game was going to be what was it, Final Fantasy or something like that, from one of the heads of Square
You won.
Enix.
What's the last big game to shut down their servers though? Like I don't think it happens as often as we might think it does.
What
Like a
the
game shutting down their servers.
Tomb Raider,
Tomb Raider?
2013 that came out like 9 years ago.
maybe. I'm
So like
guessing, bro. I don't know for a
Yeah.
fact.
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't
Maybe
think
they
I
do
don't
have
think
the
it happens
servers
as
up. I
often.
don't fucking know.
I don't
No,
think it
but
happens as often as we think it does. So
No,
I don't.
but I
What
think
servers
no,
being
but the
taken
thing is,
offline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I
yeah,
was asking.
Like Halo,
proposing-
and the last one was like Halo, like the old Halo games on 360. That was the last one I remember, right?
like, I
Yeah,
was
they
proposing
turned off like Halo
when
Reach
the
and
servers
shit.
will be
Yeah.
turned off for the Avengers game.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So I don't. It's
but
not gonna happen
but
anytime soon.
the thing is, it's all down to Embracer now. It's all down to them. They say they keep it
No,
on.
it's not up to Embracer.
Is it? Isn't it? Okay.
No,
Well, if it's
because
not
the
up to
servers
Embracer,
are being used as Square servers.
then I don't think Square will keep it up anytime soon because they want to focus on Final Fantasy. They really do.
Yeah,
And
so I got a question. Plus, what you think? You agree with Alish in that aspect that it'll be there for a while, or do you think that they're gonna cut it in a year or two?
What are all the servers that we're talking about?
No, I was just proposing the Avengers game because of the whole Crystal being sold off. Like, you think Square is gonna just shut that off in a year or so?
I mean, it depends on the player base. What the fuck is the player base looking like?
Dead.
Let me see. I can only go off of $40.
500 people, 200 people. Jesus Christ.
800 people.
Is it 800 or
800?
200?
I see
It's like
800.
a game like Mag, like shut down after 4 years. It's like the game like that shut down after 4 years, and so like, and that was from like that's like console to console, like that's like old console servers.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they shut down fucking Avengers by like, yeah, next year or 2024.
Okay.
Would not surprise me.
I got to bring up the $300 million. A lot of people don't realize what this $300 million is going to. It's going into cloud gaming, AI, and blockchain.
that's crazy.
And
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
it's like crypto or NFTs and
Oh my god.
some other stuff. Cloud gaming. I don't know.
Hey,
Like,
Sony, come in and save them, man. You know what's funny? I think Sony might buy Square Enix. You know when they said when Microsoft bought Activision, they said because of the metaverse shit.
mm-hmm.
I think Sony might buy Square for the same reason, like the whole metaverse shit. Like if they're gonna find someone to buy in game that's actively trying to do metaverse stuff, and Square is like being the most open about their plans with it, that might be the reason why Sony ultimately buys it.
That and like, I was thinking like it would be super easy to Sony now just to buy Square because they're just now wholly a Japanese company now.
Yeah.
So, like, there's like it doesn't go through. That's a lot of what a lot of people don't realize. I believe, like in terms of like a Japanese company buying another Japanese company, it doesn't go through the SEC. So. Yeah.
They really gonna buy them after they got rid of their Western people,
Mm-hmm.
As they should. Dead weight. Get them out of here.
as they should not.
Get them out of here. Dead weight.
No, no, but here's the
Guardians
thing.
is
Wait,
a
wait,
great.
What else?
game.
What else you got? What else you got?
Deus Ex.
I mean, if they were making Deus Ex is
Shadow of the Tomb
another
Raider?
great
Okay,
series.
yeah, no,
if
Tomb
they were
Raider's
making
good.
Shout out
if
to the Tomb Raider.
Shadow wasn't even made by them niggas.
It
I
was
mean,
made
it was
by-
made by
by
Montreal.
Western-
It wasn't
which
made by
is-
Crystal.
Just Cause? Just Cause? You want that?
Oh damn! I forgot about that franchise.
There you
Wait.
go.
Just Cause is made by them.
I'm talking about the Western Square unit, like those
Yeah.
Western devs. Just Cause.
Who
want that?
who made Just Cause?
Square.
I thought that was made by Avalanche.
Yeah, it was. I believe.
Did
it
they
was.
buy Avalanche?
No, I think Avalanche is aren't they like an independent studio or no?
I swear they're in. I don't think they're owned by Square, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
Published
I'm
it.
so confused.
Avalanche made it, but Square published it.
Okay, but
Avalanche don't own the motherfuckers though. I mean, it's not like their Japanese side. They're not publishing trash. Babylon's Falls. Hello.
that's
fuck?
true.
It's not like we're not gonna pretend like Square is like perfect. Them
Yeah,
niggas
but
is
Square they got Final
hella hit or
Fantasy,
miss.
Kingdom Hearts. Even though I don't like it, Octo Trash Traveler, Triangle Strategy, World Ends with You.
Bravely
They got a lot
Default.
more bangers over there. Bravely Default. They got a lot more bangers over there.
cool. But I'm saying they got rid of like their Western IP though,
As they should.
as they should not.
As they definitely should. Like all I'm saying is people
No,
weren't
like no.
Should they
Because
just be?
Tomb Raider,
Should they be called?
they
Squaresoft
could have
now?
Crystal could have made another Tomb Raider. That's
Another-
actually good.
You want another Origin Tomb Raider game? Is that what you want with no dual pistols?
Yo,
It wouldn't be another Origin.
How do you know that?
motherfucker.
I didn't know
It
that. They
wouldn't
already
be
made. They
another
made 3 of
Origin.
them. They made 3 of them.
Come on, bless.
The
The third was the end of the Origin story.
Okay, bless.
The fuck you
Can we
talking
we
about?
agree on this fact though? Didn't they say in multiple like not even reports like interviews like Tomb Raider 2013? This is her origin story. This is when she becomes the Tomb Raider. And then we got Rise. No, this is when she becomes the Tomb Raider. Then we got Shadow. No, this is the actual time when she becomes the Tomb Raider.
I know,
like,
we done, bro. We done now.
Bro, I hope we done, bro, because if they say, no, Chief, this next Tomb Raider, yo, this is the actual point when she becomes the Tomb Raider.
Hey, bro,
shut up.
Bro, we're done. We're done now, bro.
What does the man say? Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me three times, fuck the peace sign. Load the chopper, let it rain on you.
Oh my gosh, yo,
bro, that
quoted it.
That sounded so white. Oh my god, nah.
My wife's
nah, bro. Come on now, bro. Give them another. I don't even give a fuck if it's another origin story. Who cares? I mean, as long as it's a good game, it's a good game. I don't really give a fuck.
Honestly, I haven't liked Tomb Raider since 2013.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's him. I liked Rise.
I hated Rise. I think they should have got rid of bro.
Jonah.
I don't know.
Want Jonah for another game,
Dude,
bro?
get him out.
Jonah?
Get him out, bro.
Hey,
He's honestly just kill him.
Rise. I ain't trying to
just kill him in the beginning of the game, literally 5 seconds in, so I don't have to hear with it. But
bro,
if I
at least
hear crying and stuff for the whole game, then I'll get annoyed too.
At least you're just a fucking hater, dog.
I'm not. I played Tomb Raider. I played Rise.
Yeah, but you're still a fucking hater, though.
I'm not a hater. I'm a realist.
No, you're just a fucking hater, man.
I'm speaking facts.
Nah, you're just a fucking hater.
I just want those resources pulled into all their Japanese games. You know what I mean? I want more of the good Japanese games. I want them out at a quicker rate. I want more, maybe more different remakes. You know what I mean? They could do a lot. Where's the Chrono Trigger remake? 2D, more 2D HD remakes from them. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. Before they do more 2D remakes, they have to fucking fix the ones that they're doing. They released that Chrono Cross shit. That shit is ass.
Hey man, I don't.
That shit running at 12 FPS on a PS5, nigga. Well, yeah. We want to talk about we want to talk about Square Enix. They released a game in 2022 that runs at 12 FPS.
Playing that?
Fuck no,
no
damn 12 FPS.
Hey man, the game you guys should be hyped.
I wasn't interested in the game regardless. But still,
there you go. Another
the
case of less capping for
is Final Fantasy 9.
I'm capping, but you're capping for Square in their Japanese side, and you just said, did you play Chrono Cross?
No, but I wasn't capping for that. Did I listen?
Did I listen for more 2D remakes?
Yeah.
You ain't play the one that they just made.
I played Octotrash. I beat Octotrash. I did all those 8 campaigns, bro.
Octotrash isn't a 2D remake. That's a new game, motherfucker.
Chrono Cross it's not a 2D. It's not a 2D.
It's a remaster. It's a remaster.
It's a 2D remaster.
They're doing a Final Fantasy 2D HD, right?
No.
Wait, actually, no. I think they called it a remake. I think they called Chrono Cross.
No, it's not a 2D. It's not a 2D though. It's not 2D.
Chrono Cross, I believe, is a remaster from the leak. I think that was part of the leak.
Yeah, it's a remaster.
An actual remake that's happening is Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, what was the? Okay, wait, no. What is the one that they just did?
They're also doing Dragon Quest. Yeah, Chrono Cross. That's a remaster though. That's not a 2D HD remake.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Bless. See, Bless? God damn it.
That shit's fucking ass, though.
Bro.
I don't disagree.
I never disagree.
Nigga, you named Octopath Traveler. That's a new game. You still wrong. Fuck you.
I played that. I beat that.
Yeah, that's a new game. It's not a remake either.
No, but I never listed that as a 2D HD remake, though. I just said that's the game that they put out. That's a 2D HD.
And you don't even like that shit.
I don't like it.
What the fuck are we arguing?
I thought this whole thing.
All right. Honestly,
all I gotta say is I'd rather play Octotrash Traveler and grind out all those stupid farming sections, listen to all those dumb conversations that don't mean anything, listen to all the bad writing, than play a Western Square Enix game.
You are wrong for that. This nigga, so you don't fuck with Deus Ex either, I guess, huh?
I never played it.
Damn.
Do you hear this shit?
You know the guy, what's his name? Call to Mush, that guy, right? Where he puts out a video like, hey guys, Deus Ex is 88 cents on GOG. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Click off the video.
Bruh.
You hear? How you feeling about that, Red Hood? How you feeling about that?
Deus Ex is a good series, I'll say that. And Human Revolution was peak.
Hey man, look, I got Cyberpunk 2077, the superior Deus Ex game. That's all I need. All right.
Yo,
What the fuck are you talking
yo,
about?
What?
Yo. Now you're just fucking.
That was a troll.
This
That was a
is
troll, right?
trolling, bro.
Definitely a troll.
God, that was a troll. That was a
Like,
troll.
listen, I
God.
love Cyberpunk, but I don't know, man. I think Human Revolution was better.
Hey man,
Just in
maybe I'll
terms of
play it
story.
when it's like.
In terms of story.
It's like when
I know,
Alan
cool,
Wake
yeah.
was like. Remember when Alan Wake they were like giving that away for like $2 or something like that when the license ran out. I still didn't buy that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not worth it. It's not worth the bubble tea.
This man, Jesus Christ.
Shit's fun.
But yeah, definitely. Like I said, I definitely see Square being bought more by Sony now than ever before.
I mean, Jeff Scrub predicted it, so you
Scrub
don't.
Just get out of
Scrub.
control.
Scrub.
So I definitely see that happening now more than ever. I want to see what their evaluation is after this.
Yeah.
Probably less now, I think.
Oh, for sure. They haven't had like a success game in a while.
No,
Like a
no,
major
no,
one.
no, no. What I mean by that is after being like selling off the IPs and
Oh, okay.
studios,
Okay.
I think
I
their
meant, like,
evaluation
right
in terms of what they're worth now is less.
Mhm.
Listen, man.
Yeah, Hollywood worth like $2 less because those games ain't worth shit.
Oh my. This
Yeah.
guy.
This man needs to be stopped, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that sounds like
What's
a
your damn
big
mind?
old
Oh.
cap. But no, like I said, I think
Glad I
another
own 2
discussion
Warcraft
could be had is, do we see Deus Ex having the same level of production value with Embracer Group, with Square, like compared to Square, or no? Do we see them having to downsize production?
I mean, I guess
no.
I've been saying probably Microsoft, like how they're gonna manage all these studios and like put out a consistent schedule for them all. You know what I mean? So
How the fuck are they just continuously buying them motherfuckers? They should be able to fucking manage them. They continuously buying them motherfuckers. Like they got like 60 goddamn studios. How they got so many studios?
Dude, they have that
Imagine
many
if they bought all that
studios,
shit and they
but,
can't
like-
even make shit because they ain't enough money.
Is that is
honestly,
that the truth? Like
don't even
in
know.
reality, like
That's just crazy.
they have all these studios, but they barely put out games. And I think that the only game coming out from this year from them is Saints Row, right?
I forgot this is THQ Nordic, right?
This used
Bracer
yeah,
Group.
it used to be because
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
THQ
Oh yeah.
Nordic,
I
and then they
forgot. I
changed the
forgot
name.
about that. Wait, did they make Biomutant?
Yes.
Hey man, that,
Kinda
right where it
trash.
belongs.
Yo,
That-
chill.
Those games are right where they belong.
Chill, dog. Embracer Group will prove us wrong with this.
Hey man, it's like their splash card would be like Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, A Legacy of Kain, Biomutant, Saints Row. There you go.
I would be shocked if they make them do remasters.
Oh man,
But
what was that fucking what video about the Biomutant? I watched skill up videos.
you guys got any last remarks on the whole thing? Do you see PlayStation acquiring Square as a result? Bless last remarks.
Probably. I mean, it would be that would still be a fuck you to Sony Japan. But it's like, oh yeah. Look, we bought Japanese studios. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No, I here's what I think. I think Square Enix will be picked up by Sony, but it all depends on how things. It all depends on how long it will take for this deal to go through with Sony and Square Enix. If that goes through really quickly, then I can see them buying WB straight off the bat. In let's say in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I will say,
That's
like,
my
I
hope.
think them purchasing Square. Well, they need RPGs,
Yeah.
like in
Oh,
terms
shit.
of first party studio, and they don't have any Japanese except for Sobo, right?
Man, they need multiplayer games. Fuck all that bullshit.
Dude, they got
No, they
fucking
don't.
10
No, they don't.
multiplayer games, bro. Everyone says this. It's in development.
Oh, bro, go play fucking what's that
Where the-
game? Fucking
Where the fuck are they, man?
You know that
Alright,
they're
go
coming
play
out.
Predator,
Listen,
bro.
listen.
Play Predator.
They're coming out next year, of course.
Ain't nobody trying to play that
Dude,
bullshit.
Listen. In reality, they have 10 games in development, right? You got Haven, that's a multiplayer
Yeah.
game. Like,
Yeah.
and they already bought them as a result. Like, personally, am I gonna play that game? I feel like most multiplayer games are ass nowadays.
Do you play multiplayer games at all, bro? Like, I just simply don't play any multiplayer games.
Me, the only one, bro, has been Fortnite.
Yeah.
Is it Fortnite? Oh, okay. Because no
Like-
build, right? Because you can't build, right?
Yeah, because of
Of
no
course,
build.
of
I'm
course,
dead
of
ass
course.
serious. That's
Yeah.
the only reason why I've been
Sad.
playing Fortnite. Is
Yo,
no
building
build.
ain't even that
No
hard,
build.
bro.
Bro,
Building's not even that hard.
Bro,
Fuck out of here. Building's not that hard.
It's not that
Them
hard.
niggas be building mansions. They
wait,
be
I want to-
building
Plus,
Rick
plus,
Ross's
plus.
mansion
Hold
within
up,
seconds, bro.
hold
Fuck
up,
that.
Hold up, right? There's also something I wanted to add to the podcast. That's okay.
Whoa. Am I adding anything? Damn, that's a shot.
Okay, so as you guys know-
Devalued.
what do you mean devalued? Like, it's not gaming related, but it is based on WB. They have cancelled off Batwoman. They've cancelled off Legends of Tomorrow, and they've cancelled. I think they're gonna be cancelling off the Flash pretty soon too.
Yo, Ezra Miller's trying to get that shit canceled.
No,
Straight
not,
up.
not Ezra Miller one, the CW one.
Oh,
It
okay.
looks like, it looks like the CW. It looks like they're gonna be shut down completely. It's
Yeah,
looking
man.
that way, and
It's still
They getting
Superman and
them shit
Lois.
up
and
out
it
of
looks
there.
like moves are being made by Discovery in terms of the way things are going with their whatever plans they've got going.
Mm.
Cool.
So I wanted to bring that up in the podcast.
I mean, a needed killing because them shows were fucking ass. Or at least the ones I was watching, they were.
The only one
ass.
that's good on CW is Superman and Lois.
Yep. And I said to the end of time, Superman and Lois will only keep itself alive because it's a top tier
Oh,
show.
that's
But to go back and then wrap things up, yeah, dude. Like I said, Fortnite is the only multiplayer game. It's just a lot of multiplayer games aren't that great. I think Apex is good. I think Battlefield 20.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding.
Brother.
That's Battlefield.
Dude,
Valorant, CS:GO, Rainbow Six,
CS:GO,
GTA,
okay,
RP.
Yeah,
no,
but they
no,
had
no, wait,
Siege just got a new update.
okay.
Got
I'm
a new
saying,
map. They haven't had a new map in
let
years.
me I guess readjust what I'm saying. I'm saying the more current gen games and not in terms of the time year of like 6 to 7 years, there haven't been impactful multiplayer games or compared to the 360 generation. I feel like there hasn't been.
All I gotta say, Red Hood, is I hope to not see like 500 hours on Road Company on your profile. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, check my profile, please. Bro, if you check my profile and don't see that, I want $100
Why would I do that?
because it's free money for me.
Why would I do that?
Because it's free money for me, bro.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, free money for me, bro. Of course.
Hey man, look. All I gotta say is for Fortnite building, man. Look, you guys don't have to worry about building like tryhards because y'all won't get those lobbies. Y'all will get like fucking like people who don't build at all anyway. So
Baby
You know what?
boom
Nah,
lobbies.
dude,
you don't have to worry
I'm
about
just gonna
anything.
keep doing what I'm doing and go to no build lobbies.
Is that mode still there?
Huh?
Yeah, it's a permanent mode.
Oh, it's right now. Oh,
yeah,
that's
because
LTM.
you know why it's permanent? Because a lot of people went and flocked to
Motherfuckers
it.
like that
A lot of
shit.
people were ass.
Oh my, you shut your.
Yo, Fortnite ain't even that hard, bro.
So, I forgot
Bro,
to
shut
mention.
up. This man be writing in a fucking term paper
the
on that
only
shit.
game in terms of multiplayer game that I am interested in this year is actually coming out this year.
Vampire.
Modern Warfare 2.
That just released actually.
I can't afford that.
That actually released.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
that-
who is hyped
Look,
for Modern Warfare 2? Because I know damn well I am.
Look. So okay,
What-
Modern Warfare 2.
what-
This game is going to remind people because there's a roast in the glasses on Modern Warfare 2019. People are saying the multiplayer was amazing. It was awesome. It was so fun.
It was in
People-
the first
no,
4 months.
no.
How you have
That game-
rose-tinted
that
glasses
game-
for 2
That,
years?
that game was
3
fucking
years.
dead till Warzone came out. That game was
Oh
fucking dead.
my,
in the
here
water.
we go.
That game was fucking dead in the water.
Ah,
That was dead in the water, bro. That's all I
Ah.
got. It was dead.
At least-
Absolutely
at least
dead.
I mean, and I mean the main multiplayer modes were packed, man. I never had a problem match playing fucking.
No, I'm
The
saying
main
the community,
multiplayer
the
mode?
community sentiment. That game was not.
Okay,
well received
okay.
by the-
So I'm
It
gonna
was
say
not.
this,
It was half and half, motherfucker. It was
bro.
half and half.
Let's keep it a buck. This game in terms of multiplayer will be better than Vanguard, as well as
No, it's
Well-
not better than Cold War. No way.
Yes,
No.
absolutely, it will be
No.
better than
No.
Cold War. Cold War
No.
wasn't that good in terms
No,
of multiplayer.
Cold War was pretty good.
No, it wasn't, bro. You
Yes,
stopped
it was.
playing
What?
it early,
I played it. What do you mean? I played it for next year. What are you talking about?
bro. You were complaining so much about it.
Yeah, I was, and then I think like I said, once the maps got all the maps got added. Honestly, Cold War post launch maps, honestly, some of the best maps I ever played. Like,
Bro.
I don't think there was one map that they came out with. I think it was after the Pines, after the first set
Okay,
of maps.
okay, Alicia.
After that, the maps were flawless, and they're still releasing maps now. They're
What do
still
you
releasing
think? What do
guns
you
now.
think is having like in terms of hype? What do you think has more hype? Cold War,
Modern
back
Warfare,
then, or
obviously.
Modern
Yeah,
Warfare 2?
Modern,
Okay.
Modern Warfare, of course. Of course,
So
Modern
here's the-
Warfare.
here's
I'm not
something I
denying
want
that.
to bring up, right? Modern Warfare 2 is one of my friends. You were there, Red Hood, because you were in my stream at the time. He straight up said, "Oh, the Modern Warfare 2 is the last chance, is the last hurrah for him. Otherwise, he's gonna be quitting streaming." And I'm like, bro, trust me, Modern Warfare. I don't think Modern Warfare will fail. Unlike Battlefield 2042, which absolutely dog shit on itself. And I think, unfortunately, I won't be able to get it because I'm saving up for the PlayStation 5, which is going to cost me a lot of money to get.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 518 to 519 pounds.
Yeah,
That's this version. That's the disc version, by the way.
I feel.
Also, you have to remember Treyarch, the Cold War. Like they made that they had one less year to make because Sledgehammer are fucking idiots. They're fucking Sledgehammer is a 343 of Activision. Like they're fucking like idiots. And they had to take over for Sledgehammer, and they had to make it during COVID, which was unpredicted at the time. So, Cold War was half big. It's not their fault. So, and now they're being charged with fucking zombies for Vanguard because again, Sledgehammer are fucking idiots. So, yeah,
yeah, same.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare
Yeah,
2
so-
gonna be fire. Just fire. Flames. Anybody else got anything to say? Before we wrap this up, Modern Warfare 2, anybody?
So you getting Modern Warfare 2? Bless.
Nah, unless you buy it for me.
Why would I?
You're
Why would I buy
not.
it?
Wait, you're not getting Modern Warfare 2?
Wait, Bless, didn't you say Modern Warfare was the best multiplayer Call of Duty?
And I bought Cold War after. And I'm like, I'm not buying these fucking games no more.
Bro,
So,
Modern
they're
Warfare
different-
2, bro. What are you doing?
You'll get to see all the doors and all the safe spaces and all the dark corners.
Hey, bro.
Isn't that awesome?
Because Modern Warfare 2, like a lot of people
buy
don't,
it for me,
a
dog.
lot of people don't realize Modern Warfare 2 is just gonna be like a remake of like, the actual like original Modern Warfare game. Because Modern Warfare 1 wasn't even a remake of the first. It's
Well,
basically like a
reboot.
prequel.
It's a
No,
reboot.
it was a
It's a-
no.
it's
It was like a wasn't it like not even? It was like a I thought it was like a sequel or some
No.
kind.
No, it's a
Oh,
reboot. No, it's a reboot.
Okay,
Or
no.
reboot.
And everything is technically a reboot, but I'm in my mindset, it's like technically it is a prequel, but a reboot in of itself, right? Because the second game for Modern Warfare 2, because in the Modern Warfare of 2019, the character they introduced in like was a post credit scene or something like that is like the main villain of the first game.
Oh, what was it? Makarov?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I'm saying prequel, but yeah, it's still a reboot of the series.
Also, I think Warzone 2 is coming out this year too. I think
Yeah, it is.
that's gonna be huge because they're gonna get out of last gen, and all that money people spend are gonna be out the fucking gutter.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Last remarks. All right, cool.
Modern Warfare 2 gonna be ass. Everyone's gonna complain for the
Oh
first
my
2 months.
God.
They're gonna
Oh.
say this is the worst Call of Duty. I don't know how they fucked this up. It's unfinished. All these doors, and then they're gonna fucking drop it. And then
Shut
they're gonna
up,
say
bro.
Vanguard was great.
Shut up.
All right.
Shut the
My-
fuck
my last-
up.
My last remark.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
well-
played every Call of Duty except for these last few. Like the fucking, I think Modern Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and Vanguard. Those are the ones I've never played.
Okay.
What's your last remarks, Claudio?
My last remarks is that I think we're gonna be good for gaming for the next few years, and I think in terms of what games we're gonna be getting, it's gonna be top tier, and that's not including last gen. I'm talking about current gen, like PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. And just expect a great games. Really.
And last remark for me, my Switch has been dusty as hell. But
Got that-
it's
forgot
been
that- forgot that
the
existed.
Overleveled podcast, episode 120.
Random.
Shit.
Hey
Well
man,
done.
I had to say that, dude. I literally, it's like in the corner of my room, like I just see a bunch of dust on it. I
I'd be
had to mention
Arceus,
it,
and that was it.
Bruh.
but
That shit
That's
is
a lot.
dead ass just a dust collector.
yeah,
Hate to
dude,
see
my
it.
Steam Deck hasn't been getting dust though.
Bro, I just realized,
Ooh.
I'm playing Klonoa 2 right now on the PC emulator. I didn't know that shit's coming out on the summer as a remaster. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it is.
Fuck. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
shit.
Shit's fun so far though. Shit's good.
Yeah, but great episode yet again. Hopefully, there's more news in the coming 2 weeks. But I won't, hold my breath, guys.
We're kind of dry.
Make sure. I actually started next week because I'm actually gonna be way less busy now and setting up my schedule for streaming, like coming back to streaming. Which I'm glad. Like, it's actually gonna be super consistent. I don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. Stress gonna be way down. So super hyped about that. And YouTube content, I don't know yet when it comes to YouTube content, just because I'm gonna do my streams and then try to have a schedule for making like some videos here and there. So we'll see in terms of like streaming is 100% yes. Videos we'll see when it fits to my stream schedule. So glad. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, follow everybody here. And where can they find you, Alush?
Hey man, I just wanted to say it's been a while since we had this podcast. It was a great episode. You know what I mean? We brought the energy full effect today. It was pretty good. Allianz on Twitter, just with the king of the #1 current champion of beating games this year. Beat 13 games beaten this year. More to come. Also the king of Fortnite in this here Discord server as well. I just want to pour one out for all the 2 Square Enix Western fans that are in the Discord. This Discord represents the entirety of the Square Enix Western game fan base. So I just want to pour one out for all for all the
shut the
fans
fuck
and
up,
give a moment of silence. I am talking, sir. Thank you.
man.
I just want to give a moment of silence for Deus Ex, Just Cause, and Tomb Raider. Perfect. Thank you. All right.
They
That's all I
didn't
gotta say tonight. Have a
fucking
great night,
make
man.
that fucking game, bro.
Have a great night, man. All right.
Hey man, rest in peace, Babylon's Fall, bro. I'm gonna pour out the 40 ounce. The fuck? They didn't make that game. God damn it.
That's Red. Where can I find you?
They can find me at _blessred on Twitter for my beautiful, beautiful hot takes. Ray tracing is not overrated, by the way. It is very rated correctly where it's supposed to be. It's literally the future of lighting and possibly
Literally.
sound design. Literally.
But bless you probably can agree
Literally.
that the 4000 series cards it'll be better for ray tracing on those cards. I mean, it's it
Yeah.
happens with each generation. So
Yeah, it's gonna be newer tensor cores. Gonna be newer, newer tensor cores and newer cores, CUDA cores.
Yeah.
So it definitely, I think it's pretty sure it's been getting better and better each gen. But I would imagine it would be even the bigger leap would probably be this gen in terms of rasterization, or not rasterization, but in terms of ray tracing performance. They 3 years in, they should be good at this shit now. They're getting better, but yeah. At underscore blessed red for my opinions on Twitter, and at blessed red on blessed red on Twitch as well. So yeah.
Nice. What about you, Taladia?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and on YouTube at Taladia Plays. I also do a podcast which is called Inside the Multiverse, which is a DC Comics podcast that I cover. We cover everything in relation to DC games, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. And we'll be having an episode this weekend. And I will be streaming tomorrow on Twitch, and we'll be doing a My Universe mode type of thing with the community, which is called the Taco Community. So if you want to be a part of that, there's a link to that on Twitter, which I retweeted. And also, I'll be making my way over to YouTube live streaming in October for what Gotham Knights is released. I don't care what Red Hood says, Gotham Knights will be brilliant. So I gotta say that.
Gotham Knights will be amazing.
So without further ado, that's me. Make sure you do like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends, guys, as it would help the YouTube algorithm out. So I mean, it helped Red Hood out tremendously. So please do that.
Agreed. One thing to say, just to help out Taladia, the man gets paid by DC. He has to say these things about Gotham Knights. Doesn't mean them 100%. Maybe he means them like 40%. But you know what I mean. You know, man gets paid. At least, you know, respect him for that. He gets paid for
Right,
contribution.
right,
So,
right. Respect.
make sure to follow everybody here. Everyone did great.